Hello YouTube fans, back again for another video this week. I had a request a little while back for a video doing some easy lead playing in G, and I've already done an easy lead playing in D video, and this request was more, it wasn't along the lines of play in G, it was along the lines of can you do some more videos in of this type, easy lead playing in other keys. So I'm going to try to do maybe a little series on that, and probably won't be in a row. I'll probably do this here and there, but then I'll put it in its own playlist or something like that. Today I'm going to do some, and there's all kinds of different ways to do licks and soloing in G. That's probably the most popular key and the popular shape of the bluegrass world. So there's tons of stuff you can do, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what you can do outside of just this first area position here that's on the fretboard. Most people like to play with open strings, which is fine, but then they're scared and they don't know what to do when they get up the neck. So I'm going to give you some easy transitions, some easy lead playing in G right now, okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to see G as multiple different chords, okay? If you play G all the way up the neck, you have a G here, 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 you have a G here. All kinds of different ways to play G. So I'm just going to focus on one right now. Well, in two positions. If you've seen my Just Count on the Savior and some of my other bluegrass solos, I do this a lot. I slide from the second fret to the fourth fret on the G string, and especially emphasize that on Just Count on the Savior solo. Okay? And I went over that on the Just Count on the Savior solo lesson if you want to go back and find it and watch it and do a search for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to see this as an F. Okay, you know how to play an F, more than likely. Okay, but we're only going to focus on the last three strings here. First three strings, depending on your point of view. So some easy lead playing in G is to think of this shape and realize that I have 5 total notes to work with. I've got these 3 that I'm playing, plus 2 more on the 5th fret of the B and the E string. So I can use this little shape and mess around with those in any way that I can, sliding up from the 2nd fret to arrive at this position. Okay, so and also I can go a little bit outside those little boxes like I just did. Okay, so this is in 2 positions here. For the major sound, in the major G major, we're going to stay focused on the 3rd and the 4th fret here. To make that minor, all I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for the dot. The 3rd dot is going to be on the 7th fret with my middle finger. So I'm going to slide from here all the way up to right here. Now you can't see the dot, but I can see it right here at the top of my fretboard. But if you slide there and maintain this shape, anytime you're moving it, you want to maintain it. You don't want your fingers coming off the fretboard and doing this wild stuff and then landing back there. It's too confusing. So what I'm doing is I'm letting the other 2 just kind of hang out and then coming back down. So, but I'm still maintaining the shape. It's still in the same area that it was when it was down, so that I can just put that finger down and land on there just perfectly. Okay, so when we get to this minor, it's the same thing. It's the same shape. And once again, I said when we was up here, we can go outside a little bit. Okay, when we get up here, we can do the same thing. We can go outside. Or we can even do another thing that I've just recently discovered within the last year or so. We can go there. It's kind of like a major sound. It's the major 3rd. This is the minor 3rd. This is the major. Then we can do some sliding around if we want to. We can end up here. And then we can slide back down, and usually the way to get back down, I just come back down. I aim for the 3rd fret now, not the 2nd. Excuse me, the 5th fret, not the 4th. And it's basically that lick right there. You can either come straight down, 5th to 7th to 5th, open, then 3rd to 4th on the G. So that's all on the G string. Or you can come down here and just land. Just experiment with that. There's different ways to land there. Probably the easiest way to do that is just after you land on that 5th fret with a slide, open G, there it was. I could do this as well. Land on the 5th fret with the ring finger D string. The 1st finger is there to catch that 3rd fret on the G string. Slide 7th to the 5th. After you do a lick here, down there, and then we're going to kind of bar that. Back to that D string, or okay, now that's a little bit advanced, but the easy part is you've got just these 2 shapes to work with on starting on the 4th fret here and the 7th fret here. So let's incorporate some of that with just some random stuff. I can choose to come back to the G. I can choose to go up to the minor. So that's just me noodling around in those shapes. And a lot of pulling on and hammering off. Excuse me, hammering on and pulling off. Pulling off, or hammering on there, on the B string is where this usually happens. Downstroke, 3rd to 5th, upstroke, E string, and then you come back down. That's usually where that little transition happens. I'm just rocking back and forth on the B string. Okay. One other thing you can do when you're up here, let's see. You can come and go from major to minor pentatonic. And all you're doing here is you're going to go for your pinky. Instead of hitting this note, you're going to think of like a long A shape here. You're going to go 3rd, 6th on 2 strings, kind of like you did 3rd and 5th. Now you're going to do this with 1 fret above on both strings. So that's going to be 6, 3, 6, 3. And for the bluesy style, instead of coming back to that 4th fret, we're going to take our ring finger and come down to the 5th fret and retrieve it back down to the 3rd fret. And if you want to add that extra G note here on the D string 5th fret, you can add that so that you can come back to that. So I can now think of both of those shapes and just do the same thing. Use this as the pivot point, this B string. So I can use that as a pull-off. Open G to get back down here, minor to major third, third to fourth fret, G string, open. And then I can change it to minor. Now it doesn't necessarily work the same way up here like it did down here with this shape. You don't move it up because it's not going to sound right. You can even go to that much. In that with a G lick there. Now, I don't know if this is, just depending on your level of experience, this may not be easy lead playing, but that's what I'm going to label it. Because for the most part, you're only working with 3 strings. And for right now, I was just focused on these 2 shapes and practice going back and forth between the 2. Remember, when you're sliding back, you're going to land not where you was, but you're going to land right here on the 5th fret to give that bluesy note. And you can use that open G to transition back to that. And then at the end you can add a little slide on the D string if you want to the 5th fret. Okay, so practice just those 2 positions, and then later on, once you're familiar with this, you can practice just these 2 positions. Okay, and then just mess around with both of those and get used to those. And then somehow you can come back down here after you hit that open G. You can just get back into the G run to end it. Okay, so that's your lesson for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to do some more easy lead playing in different keys. Probably going to be, I've already got one in D, so check that one out. And I've got this one in G. Probably going to do one for C, A, and E, and that's probably the main ones. Usually don't use E and A a lot because you have a capo to kind of take care of those. But that's all right. We're just going to focus on some of those and try to get you up and running. And I'll also like to do some beginner lessons pretty soon, because I've had a lot of students that need beginner lessons, and I don't have a lot of them on here because, as far as I know, most of you guys are a little bit more advanced. But some of the beginners need something too. So make sure to check out the rest of the videos on this channel. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And if you have time and would like some more awesome guitar content coming your way, go to my website at www.secretsoftexasbluesguitar.com. And if you go to /newsletter after that, you can pick up my totally free guitar newsletter, of which I was just talking about, where you can get some electric guitar based riffs, licks, and all kinds of different little mini series to focus on and work on there as well. Totally free. You can unsubscribe at any time. Make sure you check it out at least. And got a lot of good stuff coming around the way for Texas Blues Guitar. I'm working on an ebook. Nearly got it done and ready to launch, so be on the lookout for that. I will keep everybody posted on that. All kind of good things happening. So check out those things, and I will keep you posted, and I will see you on the next video, whatever that may be. So thank you guys so much for watching and for being such awesome subscribers and fans. God bless, and I'll see you next time.